Well, time to give the precious metals markets the evil eye, as old girl here has given us the evil guy. It's been a long ride. The consolidation period has been a long ride. And I made a little mistake, miscalculation, or whatever you want to call it, of comparing the consolidation period that's going on in silver and gold right now to what happened in 2008 and 9, basically 2008. But actually, it's more like before that, maybe 2006. And applying a little common sense, man, I got to stick with my gut instincts and, ignore a lot of stuff out there, basically. So basically, it's like a road race on a bike, man. Same thing. Old girl here is on a bike. You just can't go out there and go haul out hard into something expecting it to go up because it could blow up on you, right? That's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket and you don't go all out on one investment either. So silver's a great investment, but let's be a little common sense. But hey, this is a net Dania chart, and this is month by month, really spread out, going all the way back to 2004. You look up here, this consolidation period from, say, roughly to mid 2011. This is gold now, right? But silver more or less was, you could say in the summer it was over $40 back in 2011. But say the consolidation period's been going on about almost 2 years now. Almost 2 years. That's long. And it hasn't, this is where I miscalculated because the consolidation period didn't last 2 years back here. And actually, we had three, if not, not looking at this chart, but actually we had three highs going a little bit low, each one a little lower though, and then three lows. We've already had that, but you know what? We've had a much longer run up in the price of gold. You might as well look at gold versus silver. We had a much longer run up. I know there's been a lot more QE and stuff like that, but that's not the whole picture because that's basically bankster money, and it's money that's sitting doing swaps on the balance sheet. But somehow or another, I know when they're doing QE, even though it's sitting on the balance sheet, it's going to wind up being in the economy at some point, and that's going to create inflation. This gold chart, you might as well think of it as an inflation chart, but it's going to be a little bit more than that because of panic into the metal. Now, what I did today, I know I've been hearing people telling me, gold's going down. Some people, gold's going down, silver's going down at $15, $20 an ounce and stuff. I don't think so. I don't know. It could drop a little more. But, looking at this Sprott fund, this is about the lowest it's ever been. It's been down at 10 before, but if you're looking, that's when it was initially released. But if you're looking all along here, 1107, today, it's about what it was. That's about what it was. So I bought a little some PSLV on each one of my brokerage accounts today because, it just might bounce off this point. Something else I was looking at today because, I didn't tell you ahead of time I did this. I already did it. So, but I don't know. I could be wrong, but it's not levered, so you can wait. And I didn't dump all my cash into it either. I got plenty of cash for a long period of time, but the other thing is, just to give you a little more of my senses, because basically when you're an investor, you're like this girl out here in the field. You're all alone, man. People tell you bullshit left and right. It doesn't mean nothing. You got to be like a duck, and you got to consider it like, maybe it's something useful, maybe it's not. But I've noticed one thing. When I go by my own I think I have a demonic sense on stuff, and I'm not going to, I might say something I don't know. I don't know if this was a smart move. But, just looking at this, looking at the big picture, 1107, it's about where it was way back when, right? Way back when. And it really hasn't been lower than that except when it was initially released. So what does that kind of tell you? That might be it. It may not, but it ain't gonna get killed that much. That's what I have to say. But that I have up more PSLV than that. But if that part plays out and we have a little bit of a jump here in April, goodbye. goodbye. I'll get rid of that electronic and I'll take the fiat. So that's how I play. But I might not be right. I'm not Karnak the magician, but sometimes I realize it's like I got to be unencumbered by people telling me what to do, and sometimes that's when I do my best. So I got to say this too about the gold chart. This consolidation period has been longer than expected because we had a longer than expected uprun in the price of gold. That's simple. That's simple. Nothing more complex. It's that simple. It's been had a very good long bull run. So there's going to be an extra long consolidation period. But considering this consolidation period is getting to, well, it's well over a year and a half. It's probably not that much longer now. Now, it could actually maybe continue maybe another 5 or 6 months. But, my decision on going into the PSLV was partly this. We might have a little blip where it goes up to $30 again before it even corrects. Say it was going to correct down to 26. Might not do that right away. It might jump up to 30, bounce off at 30, then go down to 36. But my contention is if it goes anywhere near 30, probably goodbye. Because I have other core assets in electronic even assets in PSLV. So I just noticed that historically that's about the lowest it's been except when it was initially released. If you want to follow my move, hey, like I said, you're like this lady out here on the field, man. It's your decision. It's her decision. She picks a direction, which way she wants to go. It's all up to you. But that kind of makes some sense to me. But you have to remember this. When you're investing, it's like in a long road race. And I like comparing it with the running or the bicycle or whatever. Not so much the motorcycle because you put gas in it. When you're running or you're on a bicycle, it's your own self-provided fuel. And that's exactly what goes on with investing. It's your own self-provided fuel. You don't want to blow up in the beginning. Yeah, you can make a big killing. Maybe. But it's like you just don't want to really go all out super hard on any one investment. That's not smart because it's a longer road race. And just like the name Endless Mountain implies, like another person I think has some good advice on YouTube, it's an endless mountain. And there's always going to be more investments out there. If you get so emotional that you got to throw all your eggs on this bicycle and go for that ride and go all out, you're probably making a mistake. Because investing can be somewhat boring in a way. It's a long road race. And you're out there alone. No matter what people tell you around you, you're out there alone, man. It's your money. It's your ass on the line. If you screw it up, it's just like, making a mistake with a bomb or something. I mean, just think of it that way, If I don't want you to be so fearful because I'll tell you this, though. When you're holding on to fiat cash, you're not safe either because you know what? No matter what you do, even when you decide to sit on the fence, you're still making a decision. Works that way also. So, if you think the price of silver is going down and you're so damn sure about it, you should short it. But I don't think it's going down. So I think that's, it might be sitting pretty flat, but considering it's been around this area, and the sentiment so bad, it could very easily bounce up to 30, even if it was going to correct below 28. It could very easily bounce up to 30. I just noticed, and I just want to point out two things. The consolidation period is so damn long is because we had a very good long bull run. That's really what it is. We had a shorter bull run back here in 2005, 2006. So we had a consolidation period. Then we had an even shorter bull run here. It was a faster consolidation period, a little more, more erratic. And then here we have a long bull run. So we have a longer consolidation period. But it's been a lot longer than, it's already probably pretty close to played out. It may not be, but, I decided to buy some more silver because what I think may happen, even if it went down, it may bounce up to near 30 before it drops again. And if it goes up, I'm just going to get rid of that portion, and I'll keep the other electronic and keep the physical and go on with that. And the other thing is, when you're making these decisions, like I said, you know, it's your ass out on the line. So, make your own decisions, and don't necessarily listen to people. But I think what I'm giving you pretty, as far as this Sprott fund, it really, there's only one other time it's been at 1107, which was that was quite a while ago, man. I mean, it was like back in the summer when everybody thought things were really going to fall apart, and it was definitely going to go to 22 and 2018. Then all of a sudden, it starts springing back up, right? That's the last time it's been this low. PSLV has really been this low, except at the very, very, very beginning. When they first issued the fund. So I don't want to steer anybody wrong because, like I said, it's your own decision. This is your own race, but that might not be a bad bet. If you don't want to, just like I said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't think because propaganda silver's the best investment of the freaking century of all time and all this other garbage. It may be, it may not be, but I'm going to tell you, actually, just a little sidetrack here, a little bit on the end. What probably is one of the best investments in metals as far as the whole century, or at least 100 years, is going to be palladium. That stuff can literally go up 10 times in a few years. And of course, nobody knows that right now because it didn't happen, but once it starts going up, like I said, fundamentally, palladium has a hell of a lot going for it. And I know there's naysayers out there every time I say this, oh, it's going to go down, oh, it's only good for cars. No, 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 no. It's good for hydrogen too, big time. And there's a lot of military uses for it, but it's just too damn rare. And considering like over 90% of it's consumed every year, and considering it's about 20 times more rare than gold, can't even see that may be the big player of the century. Not silver, but silver is still going to do damn good. But consolidation period, I don't think it's quite over yet, but we could still have a little bit of bounce. But like I said, if you want to go with that PSLV, it really hasn't been that low except one time, and it's the only time it's been lower is when it was first initially issued. So might be a good buy.